Hello and welcome to episode 97 of Champion Gamer. I'm joined by Canada this morning. How are you?
I am fine, thank you, mate. How about yourself?
I'm really good, mate. This should be really, really good for me. I know a lot about you from afar, but I don't know much about you as a chatter. Let everyone know who you are, what you do.
I am Callie, and I'm a streamer, skateboarder, content creator, and I just play games and retro games. That's pretty much it.
And an inspiration, right?
Inspiration. Oh, inspiration. There's a lot of inspirations. Just spans from a lot of YouTube when I was younger. I've
Oh
been
no, no,
making.
no, 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 no. We're gonna get to all that. Sorry to cut you off. I
Oh,
meant
okay,
you're
okay.
you're you're an inspiration, right? Because you put out a video saying that you've been getting messages.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I seem to be. I seem to be. It's
How's that
quite
feel?
a bit overwhelming to be fair. To be fair, but yeah, it's a good feeling.
You've been doing this for how long?
I would say TikTok about 2 years. I posted my first video on TikTok. It was just a gameplay of some Splinter Cell, which I know you love. And that was posted on the 15th of February 2024. So I've been doing TikTok since then, but I've been making content since I was like 8 years old.
That's mad. What were you doing when you were eight?
It was a lot of it was just skateboarding videos when I was younger, uploading skateboarding videos to YouTube.
I just, she must have come up in the YouTube era because I was obviously born prior to that.
Yeah,
It's a whole new thing. What is it like being grown up in that era? Because obviously a lot of people now, they just know it, right? It's part of their lexicon. Do you think you would have approached it differently if you'd been born slightly earlier? Dare I say?
I probably would, but then again, I don't know if I would have had the same influence being as older. I think if I was older, probably probably wouldn't have had that influence. Probably would have been slightly different. But then again, I'm not sure.
And what do you sort of plan for your content? Are you this big? Do you plan ahead long? Are you just trying to see where it goes? Have you got a plan for it? Like, how do you approach your content in general?
Some things I guess I plan, but most of it is just off the top of my head. I read through comments. I try and reply to as many people as possible, and that normally spans ideas. So it's all off the top of the dome, always.
That's kind of incredible though, because for you to have grown as much as you have, and if you want to share your full account, please do. In the last 2 years on TikTok alone, you've got a work ethic, right? So you must have a sort of natural instinct to plan things anyway, because it's a strategy to just reply to comments, yes, but that in itself is a plan, right? How do
Yeah.
you feel you're moving forward? Like, do you think you're going to grow exponentially? Because I do. I feel like you've really got a knack for this.
I personally, I feel like I do have some sort of people would say talent, but it's to me, it's just feels very natural.
Have you been? Is that a thing from since you were a kid? Like, have you been a put me in front of the stage, front of the camera type thing? Anyway, is that your
Uh,
personality?
I think really I was really shy kid when I was younger. I never wanted to be in plays or anything like that or in front of an audience. But I think behind a camera it's a lot easier to deal with, especially when you don't have the audience is there, but they're not in front of you. So it's a lot easier to, you know, do that when they're not there. If you know what I mean.
I've said that, I do. Like I've said before, like I'm an introvert myself. I'm not very good in public, right? I mean, chatting in front of a class is different because it's part of your job, but being in public is hard as fuck. But actually,
Yeah, oh yeah.
being behind a camera is easy to me, whether I'm good or bad or indifferent at it. It's easy because the camera's like your protective glove, isn't it?
Yes, yes, it is. Yes.
So when was the last time you had a challenge that you thought actually that's I can't do this?
Last time I had a challenge.
Has there been
I
any?
don't I don't really know. I don't really think there has been any challenge. I feel like sometimes a lot of creators hit that like content wall and you don't really know what to post and stuff like that. But other than that, no, never really had a challenge like that. I've had some people approach me in public that they've seen me on TikTok and they've gone, "Oh, I've seen your content, I like it." And that feels amazing in itself. It's so strange.
What was that interaction like? Because were you like who the fuck are you? Like, what? What was that interaction like?
The guy, I was just in the skate park trying to film a video, and the guy came up to me and was like, "Are you Callie off TikTok?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro." And the guy came up to me, and this guy does like news reports and stuff like that. But he just saw me off TikTok and he recognized me, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's mad."
I love it though, because I said to you at the beginning about your influence, and people were saying you're an inspiration to them, right? People are. I did a video a month or so ago, like saying people need to start recognizing the influence they have, because when they put out a video that gets, pick a number, 300 views, one of those views could be someone that really cares,
Oh
and
yeah,
that
definitely.
that could inspire their video, right? Who do you? Obviously, we'll get to it later, but who do you watch that you think actually I want to copy that, I want to mimic that, I want to learn off of that? Who do you watch?
Well, a lot of people don't really like him, but you, I know you watch him as well. But Kale, everyone, there's a lot of people that don't like Kale, but I think the guy has a very good strategy when it comes to making content. He seems to know a lot about it. He's very knowledgeable on it, and he does it very, very natural.
Do you feel like people should copy more people? Because I
I
do.
don't, I don't think people should like copy, but I feel like they should learn, because copying would be trying to exactly rip off someone's content word for word. But if you can learn from someone's content and put your own twist on it, then it's better that way, I believe.
That's probably the word I should have used, to be fair. But so when you're looking at someone like a Kale or whoever you're looking at, what are you looking at specifically? Are you looking at their video just, oh, it's on FYP, there it is. That was cool. I'll try something like that. Or are you analyzing it bit by bit? What are you looking at to try and take away from it?
Well, when I first started making content, I didn't really know what to rationalize and deal with, like trying to pick parts of different videos. Just like for me, skateboarding, I've always learned from watching videos, you learn foot positioning and whatever. But with content like gaming content, you just I feel like you just learn off a lot of people that are like really confident at what they do. And you definitely take that in, and then you just have to put your own twist on it.
So what would you say to someone that's nervous to be in front of the camera or nervous to put a video out full stop? Like, would you say just to do that? Or would you tell them to, it's okay to be nervous, but take your time?
I'd say take your time, because most of the time I'm nervous all the time. Every time I go on stream, I always get what people call that stream anxiety. Every time I get it every time, and even though I'm confident on camera, I still get it every time.
I think though, because I have this with my work, like say when I do GB coaching, I shit myself all the time because these guys are it's the level you're at, right? You've got to really not perform. That's the wrong phrase. You've really got to be like prepared and know what you're jumping into to help these guys get better. And because they're going to ask you questions, they're going to really challenge you and everything. And same online. If you're not prepared, no matter how produced the content is, or if it's just easy layback and flow content, no matter what you're doing, you got to be prepared mentally for what you're proposing and offering the viewer. So if you jump in and really are scared of it, how did you react after it though? Because if you were really elated after it and comfy after it, that's a good sign because it means you're nervous for a good reason. It means you care,
Yeah,
right?
it does. It does.
Do you have that? Do you feel like when you've reached a milestone of followers or viewers or content you're really proud of, do you feel that bit of pride there that you've accomplished something? Do you have that moment?
I do indeed. I do indeed. I mean, the one video I posted that I get a lot of comments about my appearance, but other than that, the one video I posted, because it got eventually, I don't even know how. I started the video by saying, I'm going to Birmingham, picking up a rare game, which in itself is a hook, yeah. And then obviously people watched the video, and then it got 400k views, and I was completely like overwhelmed by that, like how many followers and likes and how many comments I was getting. There was a lot of people that were negative, and then there was a lot of people that were positive, but the positive always outweighed the negative every time.
How do you navigate that? Because as someone that's got the following you have, as I hit my mugger, as you've got a following you have, let's say it's pick a number, 9 of every 10 are lovely comments, and that 1 in 10 is a dick, right? It's probably less than that, to be fair. But if
Yeah.
you put a number on it, how do you navigate that? Because you said about the weight of it. Yeah, people are going to say, "Oh, the nine are great, but the one outweighs the nine." How do you manage that in your brain?
I don't really know. I just kind of I feel like there's a certain aspect where yeah, it damages you as a person, and it can for anybody. Um, but I don't know. I feel like you just kind of have to sort of take it on the chin and laugh it off and try not to really let that stuff get in your head because it can do. And a lot of people quit over that type of stuff.
I've had moments where it's like, and I'm lucky that I've never really had a negative, shitty comment. I have one on YouTube, that's different. But it's because of the job I'm in, I'm sort of used to the mindset where, like, if you're, how do I phrase this nicely? If you're pissing somebody off, you're doing something right
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they're not that they're jealous of it, but they've got this like, I like what he's doing, I'm going to hate on it type thing. They're doing something better than me, I'm going to hate on it, and I find that quite funny actually. Because a lot of YouTube videos that you get comments on, or like TikTok videos that get this, like whatever, it's them, not you, man. Like if you've got
yeah.
9 good comments and one bad one, it's them, not you. Just take it
All,
on the chin and move on.
all I say about that is the people that do that must be very insecure about themselves
Mm.
every time.
How have you developed that for yourself, though? How have you developed that confidence in yourself?
I think it just stems from when I was younger. I never really fit in when I was younger. And I found an outlet with skateboarding and just gaming. And I kind of thought, I fit in with this crowd, but I don't fit in with this crowd. And that's okay. That's okay to not fit in with a certain crowd. As long as you find your footing with certain people that enjoy you just for who you are, then it shouldn't fucking matter.
It should. I mean, you learn really quickly when you get into adulthood that the world's massive in it,
Oh
and
yeah, definitely.
there's spaces everywhere for everybody. Just leave everybody alone. It's like if that person over there likes that, but you don't, stay away. Doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not,
exactly.
not that fast. But I was curious though because you're very. You said about talent earlier, very natural in front of a camera. You speak very well. That's not easy for everybody. Even people that have been doing it for ages. Like even me now, I mumble, I talk fast, I speak weird words. Like it's part and parcel of the package. But I'm confident in who I am, so I just sort of own it. So I
Yeah.
wonder if that was like, at what point did you turn around and say, actually, no, I'm fine actually with who I am. This is me. Deal with it. When was that sort of moment for you?
Probably when I really started getting a lot of people just telling me, carry on, keep doing what you're doing. I like your content, and it brings on a positive mindset. Always, always, every time.
So talk about that content. You said about the stream, whatever. What are you streaming? When do you stream? What are you playing?
Uh,
What are you playing day to day?
well, I don't actually play any games off stream, believe it or not.
I can believe it. I
yeah,
can believe it.
sometimes I do. But as you know, when you have a lot of games, it's kind of hard to pick, right? It's always hard to pick. But at the moment, I've been playing Saints Row, the first one. I do like that game, and I do my best now. I set a little goal for myself that I would record every single piece of gameplay, include every single cutscene in the gameplays, and upload them as 3-minute parts to my TikTok each time. So that probably spans sometimes around 70 odd parts. So at the moment, I've got a whole Resident Evil gameplay to edit, which is like 6 streams worth. So that's almost around 20 hours. I played Rise to Honor the other day. I completed that in like 3.5 hours. So I did that in one stream. So that's easy to edit. Sleeping Dogs. I'm still doing it. I'm still editing Sleeping Dogs. I've got an hour left on that. So yeah, I just crack on. I just do what I need to do. It's
Do you
easy
feel like
for me to
streaming?
do that.
Do you feel like streaming really honed in? How do I phrase this? Streaming honed in what you love to do and gave you a sort of a format of how to do it. Because like as a gamer that loves games that then goes, I want to stream. We've said this before on podcast loads, but like you lose the will sometimes because everything you see is like, how can I make content out of it? Or that should be played on,
Yes.
that's got to be played online now with my friends. Or like, you feel guilty for playing games offline, or you have no time to play games offline. You just said, I just play games on the stream.
Yeah.
Are you comfy in that choice? Like, it feels like it's really helped you hone in on that, right?
I am comfy in that choice. If I do play any games off stream, it will be something with probably no storyline, something that I can just unwind with, like, I don't know, skate, or just really like a sports game, or something like that. But it's really easy for me to do. I do not find it difficult at all.
I think it's class, mate. It's really giving you like a focus, like a
Yeah.
way of doing things, which I think people. You said it like, literally a bit before you started about the how do I choose what to play. Well, you know now, you've got a way of doing it. You've got a select way of doing things, which is really really good. I think because
and
people have that Netflix problem, right?
and also one game at a time. I do one game at a time, because if I move to a different game midstream that is a story game and I want to record it, I lose track of where I am, and then I have like 100 odd recordings on my computer, which I can never keep track of.
I don't know how you do that. I mean, we said it before. You're number 97 of this, and I've got like, all the recordings, all the audio, or the whatever on my laptop, and it's killing my laptops. That's you need to fix all that. With your gaming though, did you play similar games prior to starting to stream, or did it sort of really change how you viewed games? Because were you playing like I don't know platformers before, and now you're not because you're doing streaming? Like, have you sort of lost that, or changed that, or adapt that, or are you still playing the same games you were?
No, I've always played the same games I was playing. To be fair, the my because my collection is quite small, I prefer to, how per se, like, I prefer to record my journeys going to get my games, so everyone can see me building my collection rather than already having a big collection, and that's easy to make content out of as well.
I like it. If you had a bit of advice for someone that was going to start streaming now, what would it be?
I think it would just be own yourself, be completely you. I would say, like, as people say, authentic. Just be you. Try your best to be confident, and if you're not confident, it's okay. You you
Is there
you
like a
you
go
learn
on,
as
sorry.
you go. Yeah,
Is there like a world of laws and unwritten rules that people don't understand before they jump in though?
not really. I mean, rules. Then TikTok makes their own rules, but rules for just streaming as normal. Nah, there's no rules whatsoever. You just do it. You jump into it. You see if people join your chat. You speak to people. You interact. You talk about games, and you just enjoy what you like doing.
Well, the reason I asked that is because I've not really had a chance to speak to many people about this. Partly because I forget and partly because I haven't. But the reason I asked that about unwritten rules is, have you got a Discord?
I do.
So I've been, as we all have now in 2026, online forever. And I was on Twitch, not doing stuff, I was watching on Twitch in 2020 when lockdown happened. And that already kicked off. And I feel like since then, it's kind of become this um, culture that you have to manage. If you've got a Discord and it gets to a certain level, and there's all these social interactions going on in the Discord, so like you don't promote yourself in other people's streams. You don't say this in a certain person's Discord, or you can't share that in this thread. Like there's a whole list of things that people might find really intimidating before they go in
Yeah,
and don't
of course.
understand. Speak on that a little bit. But how streaming culture? What is it to you, and how do you manage it?
I mean, personally, I just think when it comes to streaming, just well, when it comes to like self promotion and stuff like that, always be cautious when it comes to self promotion. Always ask someone if you can, if you're able to self promote in someone's chat, if that's what you want to do. I allow self promotion in my Discord. There's not a lot of people in there, so it's really easy for me to keep track of. There's maybe probably about 20 active people in there, and it's a little bit dead at the moment. But other than that, it's just, that's really simple to go about. Just be respectful to everyone everyone's Discord. Make sure you ask people what you can do, and just use those rules to your advantage. If that
I
makes
think for
sense.
me, yeah, it makes complete sense. I think for me, I've been involved in and left and rejoined and a whole load of different discords over the time, or just little communities on like I don't know Twitter pages and stuff like that. And it's like give yourself a chance to take it all in and understand it first, and don't just jump in it first. And then also, as a streamer, I feel like set boundaries early, set rules early. If you've got a preference in your Discord or your community space where you don't want so and so, say it to begin with.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
the rules are already set. I mean, I don't even stream, but that's what I think as a person that's watched streams, I think you should be doing. Not you personally, I mean generally, because it just sets the stage for what's right and what isn't. To be honest, just I've said to people that have really lost their love for it because of it, or been called out for something they didn't do on purpose, or it's a whole different world to me. But I'm trying to learn more about it as I hopefully build my own Discord at some point in this podcast. We'll get into the next part, which is part two, hot takes and sort of debates. Now, this can be absolutely anything gaming related. Gaming hot takes. Got any?
Ooh, gaming hot takes. Gaming hot takes. I feel like Fortnite ruined the gaming industry
I like it. Why?
because it really introduced the implications of microtransactions, and ever since then there was a lot of games that just completely obliterated their entire system with just microtransactions. Always microtransactions. Every pack, like everything you can get on a game now, you have to buy every single thing. Before, when games were made, everything was already in the game because it was by the love of the developers. I never blame developers for anything that is put in games because I think it always comes from the top, never from the developers themselves. I don't think they ever want to release a game where they have to charge people and everything like that because they know the fans don't want that. Surely the fans don't want that.
Bit of devil's advocate, because I'm kind of on the same page, but I want to sort of dissect it a bit. Bit of devil's advocate. Do you not feel like that's not Fortnite's fault? Because at the moment, there's an argument where Fortnite's actually pretty good because you can still play it for free, right? You
Yeah,
still
okay.
play it as so you still can play it as a free game. It's all the extra added bits that are more
Yeah.
cosmetic. I don't even play Fortnite, but that's the idea, right? Whereas I don't know, Call of Duty or all those other things that make you buy things to actually play the game in some fashion. Do Fortnite do it the best or do it the worst?
Oh, I think Fortnite at least make it simple. When it comes to Call of Duty, I mean, I don't know if you played any COD recently, but there's tons of packs, tons and tons of packs, and I don't know if they're most of them are cosmetic or they give you any sort of advantage in game. Well, one thing in there when they release that you have to pay for like HD audio,
Yeah,
that is just a bit silly.
I hate it so much. I really do. I was having this conversation, a bit weird tangent, but I was having a conversation with a friend of mine at the school I work at, and we were saying about PS2 games because literally in my room right now I've only got the PS2 and my Xbox Series X. Always get everyone wrong, because my collection's at my mum's right now because we're sorting a house out and stuff. So we're up to my mum's got it. She can have that. I'll go and get it later. My point was the PS2 games just work because they're quirky and fun, but they are what they
Yes.
are. You've not got to wait and then buy the sound bit or like the pack.
Yeah.
Like it just work. And
Yeah.
so it
Yeah.
really bugs me when you go, right, okay, yeah, I can buy that skin that looks really cool, or you can buy that skin that looks really cool or looks shit, but gives you 20 times strength. So what are we doing,
Yes.
man? Like I've made this point to Ash Millman. I said, I'm not at the point where I feel like microtransactions, you go into a bar in a game and have to spend £5 real life money to buy a drink. Like I don't want
Yeah.
that, but I don't think they're a bad thing necessarily because Fallout does it pretty well because they're all cosmetic. But it's
Yeah.
just it's got to a bad stage.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely got to a bad stage, especially with. I mean, I haven't played any of the newer games like I mean, does Arc Raiders have a lot of packs in them? I'm not sure. I haven't played that game. But like, you know, it was simple back in the day. You put in a game in, it worked. You already have everything on the game. I think one good example of microtransactions, which really sucked, and I believe they were all cosmetic anyway, was Marvel's Avengers. I really enjoyed that
Mhm.
game at first, and then once I saw that you had to pay for every single costume in the game that came with every character from the comics, I was like, well, what the fuck is this shit? I was just nah. I don't wanna pay for every single costume in a game where before you could unlock costumes by collecting all the collectibles in games or looking at Easter eggs or stuff like that.
I Right, so bit of a rant. I played Batman, didn't I, recently? You might have seen my videos. And you get the Riddler trophies, right? You get the
Yes, yes, you said.
which is really cool. It gave me, I won't do it, but it gives me a reason to go back and do it and find all those instead of just rushing through the game. Um, that's really cool to me because it gives you a really fun little quirky comment from Riddler every single time. It's just a new thing to
Yes,
learn. But yeah, it's really cool because you can replay it. And my favorite game that's done it most recently is arguably one of the most successful games, Spider-Man. It gave you
yes,
you unlocked all the actual costumes. You didn't
yes.
buy them,
You didn't have to
so
buy
it
anything.
shows it can still work. One of the most successful games of the last 5-10 years didn't have these micro crappy things in to buy new stuff. You just unlocked it. People still
Yes.
play it now, so I don't see why it can't work. Personally, I think it's going to get worse and worse and worse till someone really breaks the system. But I hate it, man. My thing as well was I've always said I don't think microtransactions are really a bad thing long term if you police it right and
Yes.
put certain rules in. Whether we get that is another story entirely. But they're here to stay, so let's figure out a way of making them work. Fortnite possibly does it correctly in some ways. You can choose to use them or not, but it's a topic to chat about, I suppose.
I mean, I play Skate as well, the new Skate, and what the devs said before was there was a part of the map that wasn't going to be locked by a paywall, and then about a month ago, before they released the new update, they said, right, you're gonna have to pay for the premium Skate Pass in order to play that part of the map. When originally, as far as everyone knows, that wasn't the plan. So they basically they either weren't telling the truth at first, or they just completely went back on their plans. But then again, I personally don't think any of that is down to developers themselves. Never. I mean, EA are a different ball game, I guess.
That's very true. Do you play? Because you said that you play a lot of story games. Excuse me. Do you play a lot of modern story games?
Not really. I mean, the some of the most modern story games I've played are probably A Plague's Tale, which is a really good game. That was fantastic. I love that game. I enjoyed Spider Man. I thought that was a great story game. What else? What else? I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Well, no,
Well,
it's just because I was thinking, like, if because you said you're playing Sleeping Dogs and what's it, Saints Row and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah,
Those nowadays would be ruined if you put in microtransactions because it would like random like San Andreas take, but like if you put microtransactions in San Andreas and made it so you couldn't unlock certain parts or like you couldn't do yeah you could cheat the system by buying stuff to do the plane missions or whatever. So it just changes the game entirely and ruins it. And you lose so much of the discovery out of it. It just really, it would kill it for me. So, you know.
yeah.
Um all right. Have you got any more things pressing on your mind or should we go on to point three?
You can move on if you would like.
Alrighty. So part three of the podcast, as we know, is coach's questions. So my chance now to ask 4 or 5, depending on time, have my name first questions on my page, the guests in front of me and get the reaction. So question one, my friend, is what is your current gaming obsession?
Oh, current gaming obsession. Current gaming obsession. I'm just really into my 360 games at the moment. I'm really back into them. I cannot get enough of my 360 games. Every time I go out, I buy a new 360 game. Like if I've got the money, I'll make my video to CEX and always buy a 360 game every time.
we're in that like bracket at the moment, aren't we? Where 360 is because of the backwards compatibility. Not sorry, that's the wrong phrase. Because of the digital at a store, the games are just about at the moment still really affordable, aren't they?
Yes.
And then give it 2, 3, 4 years, and it'll be like super expensive. So if you're gonna get 360, get them now. If you're gonna get them, what have
Yes.
you picked up recently? What was the last sort of few games you picked up?
The last few games I picked up was The Incredible Hulk. I picked up Hitman Absolution the other day.
I've got a hot take on that, but that's another story.
Some people don't like that game. I know.
I despise that game. I think it ruined. It didn't ruin the flow, but I don't like it. I just don't like it.
That's fair enough.
Give me the Dark Souls of stealth games, which are the first three.
What else did I pick up? I don't know. I've got a lot down there now. I literally recently got my collection to 64 Xbox games, so it's growing slowly.
What's really cool as well is they look good on the shelf, don't they? They're quite easy to store. Is what I mean.
Oh yeah,
they look really good. I would say people, yeah, if you're going to start collecting now, because I had this question before in another video, like a retro collection, get the PS2 last because that will never go up in price. Get the 360 now first, and then start from there. Because if you do that and then get the Wii next to it, that's fairly cheap still, and that can have GameCube games as well. So you start with a really big collection, then add your more expensive bits after that. Then go PS2 last because PS2 will never end and never get higher in price. So that's my suggestion. On those boxes, though, what is the most aesthetically pleasing video game box?
Or
format?
I really like my steel books. I got a Doom 3 steel book back there.
I have that. Yes. Ask my mum's. I tell her to try and find this. It's not my mum's.
I'll grab it.
Yeah. It's stunning. It really is stunning. I love it. Yes, that's the one, my friend.
I absolutely love this steelbook. I think it is amazing. I mean, it's a shame the camera isn't flipped. I don't know why it did that, but either way, yeah. So this steelbook is so nice. I mean, it's very sleek in it. It's very shiny.
Oh, I love it.
Very shiny.
Man. Even though it's a really like old man like picking out details part. But can you hold up again?
Oh, no problem.
Yeah. So you know where it opens.
Yeah.
Yeah. That where your fingers are, the little opening clip part is really satisfying to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's really satisfying to look at. I love it. Beautiful bit of kit that. Because I wondered if because we've had this conversation with me and Poetic before, Poetic Surge, about how boxes look on a shelf. I'm like, if everything was equal, if all cartridges, if all discs, and all the same storage, and they just all worked, whatever. What's the prettiest thing to look at? I think NES cartridges on a shelf look really good. 64 cartridges, the boxes, the GameCube discs look really good. So I just find it fascinating. What's the best to look at? What game should be a movie?
Oh, what game should be a movie? Now you're asking a really good question. I like that. What game should be a movie?
Oh, okay. That's a movie, though, right?
No, it isn't.
Is it not?
No, they made this game purely for just a game.
Interesting. Why have I Butterfly Effect that? I swear it's a movie, isn't it?
No, Rise to
I'm looking up.
Rise to Honor is not a movie.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of bloody is it Crow to the Grave? What's the movie he's in? What's the DMX film? Crow to the Grave? I get them all mixed up. There's like a 2000s like plethora of movies there. All brilliantly rubbish. But yeah, Rise to Honor's a good shout. Because I was in my local game store yesterday. No, the weekend, and he had on PS2 Alias, Buffy, Dark, something. But they're all these like mid 2000s crappy TV shows that made into video games. Bring those back, man. Like the Bourne Supremacy is a game apparently, which is rubbish. I played it, but bring them back. Really bring them back. I mean, what other things do you think should be movies? Because I think there's like the BioShock would be a great movie. Obviously, Gears we know should be a movie, but that's another thing. Yeah, what other thing would make great movies or TV shows?
If I would say another game that has to be a movie, obviously that one of the top picks is Sleeping Dogs, which was going to happen and that got cancelled, unfortunately.
Did it? What
Yeah,
the same Malou thing?
yeah, they were gonna make it around. It got who was the guy from the uh, is it Korean, Japanese? I'm not sure. I don't want to get that wrong, but the guy from John Wick, one of
Yeah,
the blind one,
yeah.
he was meant to be starring in that. I think he was meant to be playing either the main character or someone in the story, but they were meant to be making that movie, and then just completely abandoned it after. They had so many updates throughout their social media and then they just got rid of it, which that would have been a really good movie in itself. I thought that would have been awesome.
Because I thought I pronounced his name wrong constantly. Simu Liu from Shang Chi. I thought he was going to be in that as well,
Yes, I heard that as well.
which would have been sick because I think he's amazing. And little random aside, I think Shang Chi is the best Marvel movie. But moving on. What is a voice acting performance or performance in general in a video game that you really love?
I actually like probably from the early Spider-Man games, how they were obviously they were movie games, but they had the original actors voice the characters. So they had the Goblin, which was Willem Dafoe. They had obviously Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, which was I think was great. And I think more games need to do that. But that's just neither here or there, I guess.
Is this the PS2 ones, right?
Yes. Yeah, the
Yeah,
PS2.
because literally as you said that, you said about the Spider-Man game, and I immediately thought of Willem Dafoe because of the James Bond games. Because I remember when James Bond released in the 2000s video games, and they had like all the actors, like the Jaws actor and the Odd Job actor, all in the games. It was sick. They had Dame Judi Dench come in. It's like brilliant. It's just keep it going. Do you feel like with these performances in games, especially where they're so like well produced and they're so well made, that even now the credit isn't given to the actors?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. People think, I definitely think people think just it's a game, and they don't really think about all that shit that's gone into it to try and make a good, well, I'd say a good movie game, but at least back in the day, anyway.
Because I've just finished Hellblade. It's on Games Pass. Never played it before. It was not really my sort of thing actually, but I loved it. And I was like, I want to look up who the woman is, and the woman that played Sonoa is awesome when you watch her behind the scenes stuff, because the amount of effort it takes to get the emotion and the physicality. So you've really got to learn the craft there. Remember Sam Hughes saying about voice acting is about acting as well.
Yeah.
Games are hard to make, dude. Like watch I don't know, Benedict Cumberbatch do Smoke or something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
It's exactly the same thing, mate. It's so hard to do. So fair play to them. What is a prediction you've got for gaming in the next 5 years?
Oh, I think it's going to become hella expensive, extremely expensive. That that could not be true, but with the way the industry is going now, trying especially with the new Xbox, how they want to put PC games on an Xbox. I wonder what price point they're gonna have with that new console. Because now you've got the Steam machine that is going to be released, which is a PC in itself, right? So that will be priced at probably a PC price point, which I guess is fine. But when it comes to Xboxes, I feel like consoles should be affordable for the consumers, but I suppose sometimes they're not. Like when the PS5 came out, everyone always tells me to just buy a PlayStation 5. Um, but
If you could get one.
yeah, if you can
If you
get
could
one,
get it, yeah. Yeah.
and like I could go to private sellers like Vinted, Facebook Marketplace, but I like to. I'd rather just get my things from Kex. I really would, to be fair. I have no problem with it. I feel like that's if they're going to charge that much, there's a reason they charge that much.
Do you feel like GTA 6 is going to be the turning point of up or down in terms of whether or not games get more expensive or not?
Well, I did read an article last night. Apparently, there's been, I don't know if it's confirmed or it's just leaks, but apparently their price point is around $70 to $80. That'd be in America, obviously, but here that's around £60 a game, which ain't that bad considering everyone thought it was going to be around 100 quid, not like 90 quid. But from what I heard before, every company was waiting for GTA 6 to release their price point, so then other companies could be like, okay, we can finally charge this much for a game, which is mad to me.
It's incredible how you've got to a point where a game has been waited for about 10 years, and it's a turning point in the industry in it, because like I said, if it comes out and it's $100 or £100, every other game is going to go, well, that's done it, so why can't we?
Yeah,
Or
exactly,
you know,
exactly.
and it's such a hard, and if it flops, it could be the opposite. Oh, no one's ever going to pay that, so we're going to have to charge 50. So it's a real big moment for me, I think. I've got a question, because while you were talking there, I had a thought about that. You said about the PC style gaming, like decks and stuff like this. One of my things is, they get these retro sticks, don't you?
Yeah.
And they got like 40,000 games on them. Xbox quite clearly don't want to make a console. They can't be asked. It's obvious to me. I'm wondering if, with the growth of handheld gaming as a thing, because obviously you've got Steam Deck, you've got the not Steam Deck, Switch, and all the other whatever one's called, and all those other handheld things, and gaming's on the go now, and whatever. I feel like companies in the next one or two cycles will aim to have one big end of the earth thing that everyone can, like mini computer they can carry around with them, and they'll put games in collections on these sticks, their own Netflix style stick that you can take with you. So like in the olden days, you'd have discs for your games or cartridges, like Game Boy, you take around with you. You'd have these discs that are actually affiliated with Sony or Microsoft or whoever, and you plug these discs in, these ports in, like with a cartridge, Game Boy cartridge. That's what I kind of see, because the storage would be too much. So you could have your Xbox 950, whatever it is, just like basically like a little iPad computer that you take with you, because it's just about big enough that it's computer size, but small enough that you can carry. And you have a little backpack slip with your little memory sticks in, because the game's still too big. That's what I think, anyway. That could be completely random, but thoughts on that? Like, where do you see those sort of things happening? Are we going to have consoles in 5 years?
I really don't know. I mean, Sony seem to be the only. So Sony and probably Nintendo seem to be the only company that really want to stick with consoles, at least for the time being. I don't see Sony at least moving away, because the PS6 will probably last at least 5 years till another console, and then from then after that, I suppose no one really knows. It's all predictions and just trying to figure out how the gaming industry is going to go from there.
What do you? Okay, so in terms of the games you play, so you play story games and you play these. Do you ingress yourself into longer games generally, or are you sort of I want a 6 to 8 hour mini epic?
Ooh, I think it depends on the game. So when I played Assassin's Creed, as everyone knows, those games are really long, especially for all the exploration you've got on those games. Story wise, you can complete the older ones in a much quicker amount of time. I mean, fuck knows how I completed. Was it? I think it was Origins. Completed Origins in like about a week. Like fuck knows how I did that. Like that was quick. I kind of just ran through the game as much as I could. But the game always wants you to do side missions to get to the next main mission, which sucks. But I generally prefer a shorter story compared to a really long 30-hour story. Especially for me, because I stream and I record those gameplays. That's like so many parts for me to edit.
So even then, you think about the content, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Content. Last question of coach questions. Which game has the best atmosphere?
Best atmosphere. There's a lot, but I would say probably the recent Spider-Man games. I think
Oh, nice.
New York is a great setting for a video game. And I know it's been like done so many times in loads of different games over and over and over again. But Spider-Man definitely made the city kind of feel Spider-Man. If you know what I mean. It felt like it felt very good to play.
If you play the new Spider-Man, the PS4 one now, it still holds up and it'll hold up in 10 years because it's
Oh
so good.
yeah,
New York, it
definitely.
looks amazing, doesn't it? I think it's one
Oh
of the best
yeah.
ones they've done. I think it's superb. Because when you hear the word atmosphere, do you think of environment or do you think of atmosphere in terms of like I don't know, Silent Hill horror? Like where does your brain go? Do you think environment first?
Yeah, more or less environment. But like horror games do have a very good atmosphere to it. They're eerie, they're extremely creepy, especially Silent Hill with all the fog, and you can't even see what's coming behind you. But yeah, most of the time I think it just is like big cities that look incredible on a game.
No, fair enough. And then just a sort of 6B question. Resident Evil, played it?
The new one,
Yep.
I have not played it yet. No.
Oh, surprised me. I thought that might be one of your. I suppose if you're streaming games only, I suppose that's a bit of a different question, isn't it? Okay, so let's move on then to the last part, which is my favorite part. Creator spotlight. It's your chance now to shout out the creators you really enjoy. Often not going to be giving names, no dramas, don't need names, but just give us an idea. Someone that's doing content, what sort of content you enjoy, and why you enjoy it.
I kind of I like Chesterfield. Chesterfield, he's a really cool guy. He has a pretty big collection, and he asks really good questions. I find yourself, you ask pretty good questions. Um, I feel like a lot of these retro gaming creators, they do it for the love of gaming rather than just for the sake of trying to make content all the time. It's definitely a passion that they're trying to put onto other people, which is just great. I think all people should learn about where gaming comes from rather than it just being all right. We've got a PlayStation 5 now, and that's all everyone cares about. There's a gaming comes from a certain place.
What is it about someone that makes you stop? So, obviously, you mentioned Chesterfield Gamer, right? And one
Yeah.
thing I love about him is I can't put my finger on it ever, but he's really magnetic.
Oh
He's
yeah.
very and I really hope if he hears this, he takes it in the right way. But like a really Jack the Lad type bloke.
Yeah,
But he's a
yeah, yeah.
really personable, magnetic fella, and I can't pinpoint why, but he just is. But what is it about someone that will make you want to stay? Is it them jumping at you at the screen and getting your attention? Is it what is it about them that will make you want to stay and watch?
I think most of the time it's probably like obviously I enjoy everything that's kind of vintage and old. So that just shows my age. I mean, I'm 29, so I'm not that old, but
Just shows my age. Go on,
yeah,
mate.
well, I'm 29, but I'm not out. But I grew up on all those old school games, and they always caught my eye. I mean, the first game I ever played was Super Mario and Duck Hunt on the SNES when I was like 4 years old. And by that time, the PlayStation 1 has already been out because I was born in 96. So PlayStation 1 already came out. And then I was playing a console that was made when? When was that console made?
Well, the
Around,
SNES.
yeah, the SNES.
Yeah, late 80s.
Yeah, late 80s. So I started on a console that was late 80s. And then I
What was
went
SNES? 91, maybe? I think made
something
in the
like,
late 80s. 91, I think, something like that. That could be completely wrong, but yeah,
yeah,
somewhere in that range.
something like that. So I was playing a console that was even before I was born.
I think it's good though because I think because we have oh, bloody name. This is really poor for me. There's someone on not Char Char. So it's Char Char. Somebody on TikTok. I'll find him later. Has a gaming club, and he has in his school he has the gaming club where he has like GameCube and the SNES and the kids come and play it every evening or every evening it is. That's so good because if like
Oh
I said, now,
yeah.
if kids
Oh yeah.
if kids now just have the PS5 or the Xbox Series, whatever series they've got, yeah, okay, you can see I don't know Battletoads or Blinks or whatever it is on the Game Pass store, but you don't know what it is, do you? You don't have the
No,
vibe of
no.
feeling it in your hands and understanding what it is and learning. This game actually had a really big influence on your current game. Like Astro Bot is
Yes,
just good
yes.
because this platform existed. Like I think because you personally have had that experience with the SNES when you were younger, I'm projecting now, but I think it helped you grow as a gamer because you've got that knowledge and that appreciation.
Oh yeah. I said in one of my videos, don't know if you've seen it, but I said like someone said people shouldn't have to respect games, but I really think you should have to respect where the art originally came from. So with the newer Resident Evils, you wouldn't have them today if it wasn't for the original Resident Evils. It wouldn't be a thing unless someone just miraculously came up with it. Yeah, with loads of games like that, you wouldn't have these games today if it wasn't for the first Call of Duty or the first Pac-Man or even like the first movie game, because it was at some point in time it was an original idea, and then all these other games from then on to now have always played on a different idea, just implementing new things, mechanics, storylines, and I think that's great.
This is why I get so annoyed about today's gaming stuff because there's a ton of really good stuff right now, and modern gaming is superb. But like, there isn't enough, and everyone says it all the time, innovation or experimentation in gaming, right?
Yes.
If you didn't have these cult classic shit games from before that someone loves for a different reason than what you might, I joke about Super Bombard Racing in Star Wars because it is so shit, but it's like a wipeout type driving
Yeah.
game. But if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have I don't know what the comparison is now, but you wouldn't have certain games now because they were daring enough to try that mechanic out and put it out to the world, and then someone
Oh
then
yeah,
changed it and adapted it. Like you
definitely.
wouldn't have. I mean, you said about Splinter Cell earlier. Chaos Theory is loved because of the closer than ever mechanic in it, where you can get super close to a guy and really edge your way in, and
Yes,
it
yes.
makes you feel super immersed. That came from Thief. Like
Yeah.
these come from somewhere. Like the lack of experimentation really kills me because if you're going to go AAA, massive, epic, small indie, and nothing in the middle, that keeps getting smaller, you're going to miss out on so much like in 10 years' time because games will be exactly the same as each other. I'm really
Oh
concerned about
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. I'm gonna play a game soon called Project Songbird, and it's by an indie developer. It's not released yet on I think it's released on the 27th. But when that game comes out, I'm gonna stream it, make a review on it. But he said his inspiration for those games was like Silent Hill, Resident Evil, and I think one other game. I can't remember which one, but he's taking inspiration from older games and trying to make something new and innovative, which I think is just beautiful for the gaming industry. I think it's great.
Oh, 1,000,000%. Um, Talking of great for the gaming industry, do my favorite part of the show, which is where you said about gaming creators or the style of them, whatever that you really enjoy. And we've always said on the show about being authentic and there's qualities that bring people back to the person, right? Because obviously content changes involved, but the person's
Yes.
great. Flip it. Why should someone be following you?
I feel like I'm ready. I try to be very honest. I do my best to be humble to people. I'm not a very mean person. I don't have a big ego. Well, I try my best not to have an ego. Doing gaming, I feel like you've got to have some type of ego, but not so big that people think you're a prick. Like you've got to love what you do, otherwise there's no point in doing it. Yeah, but I feel like if people are going to follow me, I just want them to know that I'm not like trying to be a money grabber or making content just for the sake of it. I make content because I love it.
I think that's underselling it, actually. I think so I mentioned a video about you saying that you had a message from someone saying you're inspiring them, right?
Yes.
And it's well obvious to see why. Because every video you do, there was the video, the skit you did about, well, about time recording about a few days ago or a week ago, of you jumping around your room doing different like um characters around the room.
Oh
This is
yeah.
hilarious, bro. Like you've got a skill for this. Like it's just so endearing and funny to watch, and it's brilliant. So you shouldn't undersell how good you are at it because you've got the, as you said earlier, talent for it. Talk about that balance you just said about being a nice guy and not chasing the money side of it, so to speak. That's not how you
Yeah.
phrased it, but that's how I'm phrasing it. But then not crossing the threshold of being a prick, being like this really big ego. So you got to be confident without being arrogant, right?
Yes.
How do you toe that line?
I don't know. I think it's just I've always been a very I've always tried to be a very down to earth person. So I've never been like, oh, you need to follow me for this reason or you need to like my videos. I always say to people even with streaming or whatnot, with gifts or whatever, when it comes to all that, you don't have to do anything with my content. If you really want, feel free to scroll. It does not. It doesn't bother me. If you don't like my content, that's perfectly fine. I completely understand. It's if you do, feel free, watch, have fun with what I try to entertain people with. But yeah, I think it's just that really. That's very hard to pinpoint, I guess.
It is, but I think my take on it is you're kind of already doing it without maybe realizing because your
Yeah,
attitude of like not in a and this can sometimes sound a bit like dismissive, but like if you're I am who I am. If you come to my video and scroll, up to you.
yeah,
Like deal with it almost. That's actually really cool though, because like you are just being authentic. Do you know what I mean? Like you are already being just you. You're not
yeah,
saying someone you have to stay. You got a gift. You got a sub. You got whatever. It's like stay if you want. Like I'm enjoying it. So if you enjoy it with me, great. And it's
yeah.
working because of the following you got and the page you're building and the community you're building. So you're doing it right, I think.
It must be working. I don't know what the fuck I did, but it must be working somehow.
What are like your goals for it? Do you want to make this a career?
I do indeed want to make this a career, but the my main goal is to have a career out of doing what I love, so I can support my family in a way I've never been able to support my family.
Where do you see that happening? Full time streamer? Do you want to work in the game industry as a dev? Do you want like there's two examples, but do you want to what route do you want to take?
I just want to be a content creator. That's all. I've so I know some people haven't had that dream since they were like so young, but because I grew up watching a lot of YouTubers and whatnot, I've always had the dream of making videos online, entertaining people if I can. Yeah, that's always been my dream since I was 8 years old. And I think that's a very long time to have a dream and to keep going. So I've been doing this for like what 20 years. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I've got this far now. This is the furthest I've ever got in 20 years of doing YouTube, TikTok, whatever. The furthest I've ever got, and I love it.
Help somebody understand if they're maybe jumping in for the first time or they just don't get it. Help them understand how much work it actually takes.
The work you need to put in it, I feel like if you I mean, someone else said this on a video. I can't remember his name now. But he did say if you're having a bad day or a mental health bad day, as a lot of us do, really do your best to try and just get through that, because your accomplishment at the end of the day will make you feel so much better about yourself. Like every time, at least for me, it does. When I'm having a bad day or feel depressed or whatnot, I do feel like, right, I've made a video. It's done very good. I feel very good about myself. I feel like I've done justice to what I wanted to do, and then then whatever is going on in my head kind of just fades away.
It's true though. It's like what we said earlier about, it's, no one goes into a stream or goes into a session or whatever, or recording super confident they're going to smash it. I don't think. But then when they're in it, it becomes less nerve wracking. You know, and
Yes,
it's,
definitely.
you get over that hump pretty damn quick.
You just have to, as much as people feel nervous about all this stuff, just do it. Just do it. See how it works. And if you find it's very hard for you, then just take a step back, a little step back, analyze what you've done, and if not, make a different video, delete what you've already made, make something else, see what you feel you like making, and
I've got
just see where it goes from there.
I've got two follow ups on that. So you said about making the content people want to make and like take a step back and looking at it from afar and then
Yeah,
reassessing. Da, da, da. Talk about the differences in approach for each different social media. So, for example, like TikTok, yeah, you put out a video, it gets 100 views or 100,000 views.
yeah,
At some point, that's going to just die. It's going to be
yes,
on your
yeah.
page, and not,
It's
in a week that'll be gone. It's there, but it'll
it
be gone
stops.
unless someone searches for it. And then it's the next video, the next video, the next video. It's like a churn, isn't it? A constant short form churn.
Yes,
So just put stuff out and get more comfortable, and
yeah,
learn to put yourself in front of the camera and just do anything, and it'll whatever. And then it is what it is. But then take a YouTube with longer form content or even the shorts. It seems to be around longer. I'm not phrasing that great, but it's more of a it's there kind of thing. Talk
yeah.
about how you would approach different platforms differently.
Well, YouTube, I would say you do have the element of where, because it's long form content, you can kind of, some people probably choose not to, some people do so, but you don't have to upload every day on YouTube. I don't think. I think you can upload like probably once a week, and that is like that is enough for some people. And you can take a step back and you can relax for a week after you've uploaded the video, and then you can make other videos in within the week while you've got that video up there, getting the views, the comments, and whatever else. But TikTok, on the other hand, because it's short form, I always have this worry that I've left my channel for like, sometimes I haven't uploaded a video for like 15 hours. And it always plays on my head that, right, I've got to upload a video. But that's just my work ethic for it. I feel like if I don't upload a video within so many hours, the how you say it, the algorithm, I can't even say that word properly. But that, for some reason, I always think that always pushes it down as much as it probably doesn't sometimes. But I do my best not to. I literally, I have no breaks on TikTok. I have no breaks whatsoever. I upload every single day. I haven't missed a day like in a fair few months now. And you really just have to keep being consistent with the short form content. But with long form content, you can just upload once, take a step back, and chill for a bit.
I mean, the reason why I asked that is because people jump in. To be fair, that's what I did. Jump in head first without knowing what you're doing. But like maybe if you're a bit more unsure, look at each different platform, see what
Yes.
you're more comfortable doing, and then try it first. So if you're the sort of person that would be pick anything, you're out and about in town making a 10-second vlog of this is what I'm doing. That will work on TikTok. If you're the sort of
Yes.
person who wants to dissect things and discuss things, put it on YouTube. If you're
Yes.
a pictures person, Instagram. Like maybe approach it that way first, sort of think what would work where first, then
Yes,
try it,
definitely.
and then adapt from that. Because I think people do it enough. I think they see the successes you can have on certain things and be like, well, TikTok makes you a millionaire overnight. It doesn't. But like
No, it
it's
doesn't.
they
It does
think
not.
that, so they jump on it, don't they? And they become part of the churn. It just doesn't work for them, so they get burnt out. And my second thing was, what would you say to people that? Because one of my things is people that outwardly say from the beginning, I want to make this a career. Some people look at that and go, you're just in for money. You're in it for this, this, and this. I don't like that. I'm not getting behind that. But because you said you're in it for money, it shouldn't be a bad thing. If your goal is to make it a career, why is that a
Nah,
bad thing?
I don't think it's a bad thing. I feel like if you have a goal and that's what you want to do and you love doing it, do it because you're doing it for the right reasons. But if you literally just want to, I'll put this as an example. A lot of people ask me to play certain games, and I keep saying to people, well, I can't play certain games what you want me to play because it's not what I want to play either at the moment, or you just want me to play a game for your entertainment. Or some people always say play new games because that'll get a lot of views. But if you play new games, you're gonna get bored as fuck. If you don't want to play a game that you don't enjoy or you really don't want to play at that moment in time, you are going to be bored. And then when it comes to streaming, your viewers are always going to notice that, or every time, and they're just going to tune out. And then you're going to feel like shit because you feel like you haven't reached certain numbers. So always play something you enjoy. Never do something just for other people's entertainment, because you're doing it for your own entertainment. And then there is always people that will enjoy that content with you rather than just doing it for that reason.
This is why I love Kale, to be honest with you, because he just understands. He understands both sides of the coin, which is he puts out. Is it Kale vlogs? Whichever one is the more
Yeah.
lifestyle Pepsi Max ones. And it's like he understands people just watch him because his name's Kale, and he can put a Pepsi bottle in a trolley and it works. But he has like 10 different pages because
Yeah.
he's doing 10 different audiences. And there's some overlap, yes, but he's making 10 different characters of himself and it works brilliantly because he understands what the people want. I think it's unbelievably good. And the work ethic is unbelievable.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Unbelievable.
I see a lot of his videos uploaded all the time. I don't know how many videos he makes a day, but he's definitely successful in that part.
Oh,
Definitely.
million percent. Absolutely million percent. And I think in a completely different way, I think you're destined for greatness. If you've been doing this since you were, I mean, since you were 8, but really on TikTok, for example, since 2 years ago, you said,
Yeah.
your trajectory is just up, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Like, and the way you do things, I think, is so endearing and so sincere that it's almost impossible to come across you and think, you know what, he's not someone I can really get behind here. Like, he loves what he does. He's got a clear plan. He knows what he's doing, and I understand it. I can empathise or sympathise. So I think you're smashing it, pal. And I think it's been great to learn more about you today because people need to understand twofold. One is do it because you love it, but maybe a plan is helpful.
Yes.
Maybe understand your route is helpful because don't just do it willy nilly. What do you sort of foresee in the next couple of years? Let's do it in 2 years' time. In the next couple of years, being your next sort of jump. What is something you want to try doing? What is something you want to branch out into?
Well, I would like to, if I could. I tried a TikTok live campaign to go to like DreamHack. I'd love to go to like gaming conventions and be part of the creator hub and stuff like that. And just be, I'd say known, but like just be successful in that space. That's very hard to be that like that sometimes. But I feel like if you push yourself and push yourself, eventually you will get to wherever you want to get every time. If you give up, then you're never going to get anywhere. So just never give up on what you're doing. Really, just keep doing, keep doing, and eventually you will get anywhere you want to get to. I never believe in the 1%. I always think that 1% is just a bullshit story. I believe if you want something, fucking go and get it, because you can get it. It's just a matter of finding that audience, and once that audience is with you, you bang on. You got it. You got it.
It's the 1% is funny because the 1% isn't 1% of greatness. It's the 1% that actually do it to the end.
Yeah,
isn't it? It's not the
definitely.
1% of like who's the best at it. It's like who's actually seen it out to the end sometimes.
Yes,
So
yes,
I'm
definitely.
completely with you there. And again, another reason why I asked that is because where you've got this routine, I suppose, and you've got this platform already. Like, would you want to be part of panels? Would you want to be at a dream hack? And I'm so glad you mentioned it because it's like I can definitely see you there, man. Like I can see you on the stage on a group panel on a game tester, game reviewer. Like, I can see that and I can just see it. You're a naturally personable fella, so it would make complete sense to me.
Yeah, I would love to do stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, it'd be nerve wracking as fuck for me every time. But you just kind of have to face it. And I've already, when you're on TikTok and all these other platforms, you're already in a spotlight. And once you're in that spotlight, there's no dimming that light. There really isn't. You just have to go with the flow after that.
Million percent. This has been superb, my friend. We always do this at the end. Is there anything you want to finish with? Have you got any questions, any thoughts, anything pressing on your mind?
No, no. I think I'm good. think I'm good.
If that sounded about the way it sounded like, you sound like a Woody Harrelson. Like, no, it's really niche reference, but it's like, love it, mate. Okay. Again, I can't stress enough. I never say go and follow someone because you have to. That's not my thing. But please go and check out Callie because your page is awesome, pal. I don't know what's in your future, but I say there's things that I know you're gonna reach, and I can't wait to see it happen. You've been episode 97, and I will catch everybody on the next one.